Our minds are like a CPU where we can process and so manipulate information. Our bodies have sensory organs which have input qualities and output qualities, and it's our brains that processes the information, and in such a manner we're just a working computer. So in this computer there is an avatar, and that is basically your spirit, should I say, or your soul. How I can say it is the spirit is basically the energy. Like if you plug in your computer into the output power, that's connecting it to the grid, and so like people, just like that computer, we are connected to this source of energy, and that energy is God. God is the main grid, and so the spirit is the power you get from the main grid, and from this main grid it's taken to the computer itself, and that the computer is the body, and in the body is the mind, and in a computer that's the CPU. The CPU processes in this power, okay, uses this power to create that avatar. In that, just like a game, it uses that without the power it can't create the character itself, it can't even go on basically. And so when we die, it's basically being unplugged from God. The spirit dissipates and goes back to him. So this avatar is basically your soul. You need to be connected to the grid and also have this ability to process the power in order to create this avatar. And so this avatar is your soul. So we see in such a manner, if you can't process and create this avatar, we see complications, and so disabilities of such. Basically, consider someone who can't choose a particular part of their body. Is basically a lack of a connection, a lack of a connection. Let's say a spinal damage. The mind can't be tapped to the rest, to where, from past where there is damage in the spine. The same thing with your eyes. If there's a problem within the eye, you can't receive visual input. If there's something affecting your throat, you can't vocal output. With your ears, audio input, and so on. So in such, it's quite similar. So we can consider just ourselves as working computers with a high processing power. A computer can basically do simple tasks as note taking, what else, storing information, and so forth. We can also see that attribute in people. We can remember things, we can manipulate information, and we can access that information at a later date. And just as a computer, our brains can be full of information that we cannot take in anymore, and so that our mind itself can sort information in relevance of importance. So basically, we can consider ourselves as computers so that you may understand how your soul operates in relation to your everyday computer, basically your laptop, your phone, tablet, and so forth.